Severe typhoon Usagi, the biggest storm to hit Hong Kong in decades, is bringing the city to a standstill with road, rail, air and sea travel affected.
The Observatory raised the number 8 signal at 6:40 p.m. and is warning people to stay indoors and stay away from the coastlines as storm surges and flooding are expected.
At 7 p.m, Usagi was centered about 160 kilometers east-northeast of Hong Kong and is forecast to move west-northwest at about 20 kilometers per hour towards the coastal areas east of the city. Raymond Yeung reports.
It looked like business as usual in Mong Kok this afternoon, despite severe typhoon Usagi edging closer to the territory. Usagi, touted as the biggest storm to hit Hong Kong in 34 years, prompted the observatory to raise the number 3 signal at 11:40 last night and the number 8 signal at 6:40 this evening. But not everyone seemed to be worried about Usagi wreaking havoc on the city.
I'm not worried at all about it. It's actually going to be my first typhoon, and I'm kind of excited to see what it's like.
It's not as busy as normal. We're wondering when we have to go back to our hotel and hide from the storm.
The effects of Usagi were more visible at the Central Ferry Piers, where winds started to pick up and showers became heavy at times. The observatory said with its current track, Usagi is expected to make landfall to our east and will be closest overnight and tomorrow morning, as it skirts past at around 100 kilometers to the north. While MTR announced it will provide limited services, those living on outlying islands have little time left before catching a ferry home. New World First ferry services from Central to Mui Wo and Cheung Chau will stop operating at 8 p.m. The last ferry leaving for Discovery Bay from Central will also depart at 8 p.m. Cross-harbour ferries from Tsim Sha Tsui to Central and Wan Chai will also be suspended in a moment's time, while services to Macau have already ceased sailing. KMB and New World First bus will stop their services at around 9 p.m. It's also a hectic day for ground staff at the airport, where more than 400 flights were cancelled. Cathay Pacific and Dragon Air had announced all inbound and outbound flights have been cancelled from 6 p.m. and the disruptions would continue tomorrow. Rebooking fees have been waived to allow passengers to rearrange their travel plans. Travelers have been told not to make their way to the airport if their flights have been cancelled. They are urged to contact their airlines for the latest information. Raymond Yeung, ATV News.